Hi, my name is Mohammad Saleem. I'm an attorney in New York. I've been practicing immigration law since 2010. In this video, I want to talk about what's happening in Afghanistan. If you have family, friends, loved ones that you care about, whether they're US citizens, green card holders, people pending immigration visas, or anyone else that you're concerned about in terms of seeing their safety and options for them to safely leave the country and potentially enter the United States, this video is for you. In this video, I'm going to talk about what's the legal options for people that are citizens, green card holders, as well as people pending immigration visas, meaning their case hasn't been approved, but they have met some qualifications, and what they can do to try to get into the United States, be in a safe place, as well as something called humanitarian parole, which is a unique type of option by USCIS that allows someone to enter the United States for a temporary period of time. So first, what's happened in Afghanistan is unfortunate. There's a lot of chaos in all of the cities, especially Kabul. We saw that people were at the airport trying to get onto airplanes, flee. They're concerned for their safety. It appears that the Taliban have retaken the country, and as a result, a lot of people are just concerned what's going to happen. So the immigration services sent out a link earlier today talking about what options there are for US citizens, green card holders, and people with pending immigration visas. I'm going to just share some of those options for you right now. If you are in Afghanistan and you are a citizen, a green card holder, or have a pending immigration visa, we know that it looks like the embassy is not working or is functional at this time. There is a form that you can fill out to be able to notify people that you have a visa pending, or you're a US citizen or you're a green card holder and you want to be repatriated back to the United States. I'll post the link for that. That's something you should fill out, identify all the information about it for yourself, and there are efforts being made by Department of State to try to have those people brought into the United States somehow, some way. It's unclear right now what the process is, but they are working on that. The other thing I want to try to cover right now is something called humanitarian parole. This is for people, if you're not a green card holder, if you're not a US citizen, and you don't have an immigration visa pending, and you're trying to think about what are your options to find a way into the United States, humanitarian parole could be that option for you. But before we go into how that would work for Afghanistan, let me just cover what humanitarian parole is. Humanitarian parole is if you have a compelling emergency and there's an urgent humanitarian reason or significant public benefit that would allow you to temporarily come into the United States. So you can file this application, and you can, typically what happens is you file it at the embassy, and then you wait for immigration services to make a decision on that. And it's the form I-131, the application for a travel document that allows a person to enter into the United States. Now, in the situation of Afghanistan, that's going to be a lot more complicated because it does not appear to be, the embassy there is not functioning, operating, and it looks that the Taliban not have only controlled the embassy or outside of the embassy at the very least, but also the airport. So there's going to be a little bit of difficulty just figuring out how you're going to get on an airplane, even if you show at the Kabul embassy, to come into the United States. What is a possibility is that if you're an Afghan who's able to go to a third country, an application for humanitarian parole can be made at the US Embassy there. Now, something very important, interesting, is that Afghan citizens are eligible for e-visas to Tajikistan, Uzbekistan, Kyrgyzstan, And they can also enter a couple of other countries without a visa as well, such as Antigua and Barbuda, Benin, Dominica, Ethiopia, Maldives, Qatar, and Qatar you can enter with an e-visa. But some of these other countries that I mentioned, like Ethiopia, Dominica, Benin, Antigua, and Barbuda, you can enter, for example, Ethiopia on an e-visa for 90 days. Dominica, you can you can get in. There's a free entry on a visa. If you're able to go to another country, then you can request humanitarian parole with the USCIS. So that's important because the embassy in Afghanistan is not operating, it's not functioning. You won't be able to make this request, but you could do it at another embassy of the United States that would help you. And again, this is something that's very unique, and you have to show a compelling or urgent humanitarian reason, and you have to come up with that. Maybe you do it in consultation with your lawyer as well. Now, if there is another way, if you're an Afghan somehow in transit, in process, and you don't have a green card, you don't have U.S. citizenship to enter into the United States, you can also request humanitarian parole with Customs Border Patrol. If somehow you end up at the airport, JFK Airport in New York, you may be able to make a request, at that specific port of entry. Again, the real issue is going to be, how do you exit the Afghanistan and get to a port of entry at the United States? You can also try other sources as well. If other places, you can try to go to Canada, if anything, as well. Again, these are the options there. I'll post some of the links for humanitarian parole. I will post the link I mentioned if you're a green card holder, a citizen, or pending a immigrant visa, how to get help on your case for yourself or your family. Thank you very much. I hope everyone is safe around the world, especially in Afghanistan. Thank you.